It's like some apocalypse camping going on right now.
You come in, check it out.
So how long ago have been set up? Could have picked an uglier place to camp out. It's sold as a street bike, but I heavily modified it to go off-road. I'm the only person that has a bike like this. Come here. I mean, really, it's just kind of a location for people to do mischievous things. Uno problemo is I'm just completely off the route. This mountain's already destroying my range. Currently 8:45 in the morning in the little town of Buena Vista, Virginia. I'm trying to start this route that I've been trying to do for the last few months. However, the last time I tried this route, I got hit with a hurricane and I got hit with a tree branch. I didn't get it on camera, but but today, skies are clear. Weather's a little bit cold, but it's not gonna rain. And I just wanna ride. It's been a rough year. Wife got diagnosed with cancer at the beginning of the year, and the doctor said, get ready for a really crappy year, and it's not an exaggeration. This has been kind of the only opportunity that I've been able to have to really get on the bike and just go ride for fun. So today I'm not necessarily trying to get to a specific destination. I'm really just riding for time. I'm gonna ride this route as long as I can, and once I hit a certain time, then I'm gonna turn around and head back home. Yesterday was my oldest daughter's 16th birthday. She had homecoming yesterday, and so today we're actually doing her cake and going out to eat and stuff. I've got to be back by at least 5 o'clock so that we can head out to dinner. So that's really my only, I guess, constraint on this, is just to be back by then. So I'm heading north along this route. It's going to weave in and out of these mountains pretty much the entire way. It should be a relatively good day for riding, at least adventure riding. And the route is not that far away from where I'm at now. It's just right up the mountain. It's about a 211-mile route. About 80% of it's gravel road, backcountry roads. And I used a website called Gravel Map. And so if you're wanting to try to find new places to ride in the areas that you live, or maybe where you're going to be, go to gravelmap.com. It's a really, really useful tool, and it's how I found this route that I'm doing today. And I'm actually glad I was able to get out today, because you know, the vibrant colors of fall, I mean, they're only going to last maybe another 2 weeks here in Virginia before everything falls off and it's just brown again. But man, these vibrant oranges and reds and greens, and such a beautiful time of the year to live in Virginia, or you know, really anywhere in the mountainous regions of Virginia. Just spectacular riding. Alrighty, here we go. Let the off-road fun begin. Now, just riding on this road just makes me remember of I spent a lot of time riding on these roads before I ever really knew how to adventure ride properly, in the sense that you know, adventure riding, I mean, apart from like going to like really cool locations that have awesome views and stuff, adventure riding is a very mental game. You know, it's not like riding on paved roads where I mean, you do have to pay attention, but you don't really have to pay attention to the road that's 3 feet in front of you. You know, with adventure riding, you're constantly analyzing the road in front of you, and further out, because you've got to pick a good line, because you don't want to taco your rim over a massive rock or anything like that. And so your brain is always going. You can't really drone out. You can't really, I guess, lose yourself in adventure riding. I mean, I guess if you ride the same roads over and over and you know them like the back of your hand, you probably can, but not a new road. You definitely can't space out when you're riding roads like this. All that to say, adventure riding can be very exhausting mentally, but it can be really, really exhausting physically if you don't know what you're doing. There's a adventure rider instructor. I mean, there's a lot of instructors, a lot of courses out there, but I took mine from Brett Tax. You know, it's not a cheap course to take, but I would say that the training and experience you get is invaluable, especially if you're not experienced or to adventure riding, like at least how I was whenever I took the course. I've been trying to do it, you know, trying to adventure ride like on my own, try to figure it out on my own. It's amazing what you can learn in just 2 days of riding with an instructor and a group of other people that know what they're doing. What I learned about adventure riding through that course is that if you're, I don't want to say that if you're tired, because you can be, you know, get tired from doing this all day long, but if you're like exhausted after a few hours, you're probably doing something wrong. It was really just about, you try to grip the living crap out of the bike with your arms and your upper body, and that's not the way to do it. You know, the way to do it is just to barely touch the controls enough to manage the bike. But everything on the bike, as far as control, I guess, is done through your legs, and that's it. If you're like constantly like tensed up on the bike, which I know a lot of beginning riders do, I mean, I certainly did it, you're doing it wrong. You're thinking about this wrong. If you were like me in the beginning and you're just like, if you're just smoked at the end of the day, really try to pay attention to how much your body's under tension whenever you're riding. Because right now, like, I'm totally relaxed. As I'm coming through this curve, I use my knees to kind of hold my body position on the bike. I kind of pinch the tank, as it were, and then I use my feet to tilt the bike like this. And I'm not using my arms whenever I'm tilting the bike. Like on this curve, this is all legs right here. It really just increases the enjoyment that you can get on taking roads like this. It's really about riding smarter, not harder.
So how long have y'all been set up?
We just came out Friday, started setting up for the whole weekend.
Yeah, I was just pulling up. I was like, man, they've got tarps out. Like they're ready to for the long haul, man. So you said y'all are gonna hunt until December. So y'all are gonna spend Thanksgiving out here then. And what do y'all do with, like, after you field your meat and everything? Y'all got like a place to keep it, or?
We still on the coolers and stuff.
Man, look how much firewood you guys have got.
Yeah, that was the start yesterday.
And you guys come to the same spot every year, or? That's incredible, man.
We bring smokers out. We smoke briskets and pork butts. Chicken.
Somebody's got a massive canvas tent.
Yeah, it's mine.
It's awesome, man. Oh yeah. It's not a bad little setup, man. You got a massive that's going to keep you hot as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably the best way to do it too, is just to set aside just a massive block of time.
Yeah.
To go out and do it. I'll tell you what, man, y'all could have picked an uglier place to camp out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is incredible. You guys are doing it the right way.
That was certainly a really cool experience. Always nice to meet other nice people. You know, it just made me think about all of the like hatred and like vitriol that electric bikes get, especially or really only on the internet. At least in my experience, it's only been on the internet. And most normal people really don't care. You get somebody on the ability to make anonymous comments, and they just like to come out of the woodworks because they can be anonymous. But just the everyday average Joe, they don't really give a crap, man. They just think it's cool just how there's no opinions, you know, there's no judgment or anything like that. It's like, well, you know, you're doing something that you love to do, I'm doing something that I love to do, and that's it. But I think people that like to make negative comments, really negative comments on any video, really says more about them than it does about whoever's video they're commenting on. Anyways, really cool to meet those people. Gonna keep riding. That certainly soaked up a little bit of time. I've only done 32 miles a day, which when you're riding off-road, it's actually quite a lot of distance. But let's get back to the adventure and keep riding. Doggy. Pretty boy. So uno problema is I completely spaced out while riding this road that I'm just completely off the route. I mean, I know where I'm at. I know this road, but I'm supposed to be on the red line, which is back that way. Yeah, so just totally spaced out. Wasn't even paying attention, and I got off the route somehow. I don't even know where. This mountain's already destroying my range down to 33% battery. But heading to a charger in Waynesboro, charge point charger. Gonna grab some lunch while I'm there. So just a slight detour. I hate that I missed part of the route. I don't even know if it was off-road or not. But it is what it is. So this is one of my arguments as to why, I mean, range does matter, but it doesn't matter as much as people like to make it out to be. So I've done 74 miles so far. I've been on the bike for 5.5 hours, I think. I mean, obviously I've gotten off and looked around at things and filmed some things, but for the most part, I've been adventuring for the last 5 hours. Like I'm kind of tired right now. Like, not that I'm tired of where I need to stop, but tired in the fact that I need a break. And you know, bike's now at 30% charge. I'm gonna need to recharge soon. By the time that I need a break, the bike needs to recharge. So these things kind of work out. I mean, everybody rides differently and at different speeds, and they like to cover different distances. I'm starting to feel a little bit of fatigue just from riding so far, and I need a break to kind of recharge myself before I keep going. So as long as there's a charger when you need it, it's usually, like I said, whenever you need the break anyways. I mean, that's kind of how I look at these kind of adventures. And I get it, not everybody is, you know, filming videos, and that takes a lot of time out, and some people just ride and they just go. They're not trying to film anything. So I completely get that, but you know, as the charging infrastructure continues to grow, which it is, the charger I'm going to today, it's a brand new charger. Hasn't been there for very long. But as the network starts to grow and get bigger, it's going to make doing these things easier. So having a bike that's got a lot of range, at least for the areas that I ride in, it's okay. 130, 140 miles to a charge, that's really all you need. Well, it's really all I need. I know that there's some people out there that they cover quite a bit of distance before they ever need to refuel or anything, so completely get that. All I'm saying is it's not as bad as people like to say it is in the comments of videos. I've made it to Waynesboro, 6% battery, and we're at 105 miles so far into the trip. So the bike just hit 100% and I've got 2 hours left before I need to make it back home, and I don't even think I'm gonna attempt to do the northern part of this route. I mean, as soon as I hit any kind of gravel, I would have to turn back around just because I have to take some paved roads just to get there. So I'm gonna head up to the mountains via the Blue Ridge Parkway and then just head home from there. It's about 40 miles from there. A couple gravel roads that I can hit. Yeah, time to go home. So I was reading up on this location, and it used to be a motor court. Like back in the 50s and 60s, the interstate didn't exist back then. The interstate's right there. Really the only way to get here was via the Blue Ridge Parkway. And so it was once like a really thriving area. And so you would take the Blue Ridge Parkway or the Skyline Drive, and you would stay at this motor court. It was just a road that kind of winded up this hill here, and you would, you know, rent lodging for the night. The guy that eventually owned it, it changed hands kind of throughout the years. I want to say maybe that the motor court had been long gone. This whole area kind of fell into a trust with this one family, and this guy just kind of plundered it. I mean, look at this location for a hotel. There's the Swannanoa Hotel up there, but look at this. You can see both valleys from one place. So this is the Blue Ridge Mountains right here, and so it splits the Shenandoah with, I don't know what the name of that valley is, or maybe this is the Roanoke Valley, and that's the Shenandoah Valley. Yeah, the guy just kind of mismanaged it, lost a lot of money, and then the Swannanoa Hotel just fell into complete disrepair. And like I think the last registered guests were like in 2013 or something like that. But the guy died recently, and supposedly they're working on trying to build up funds and get investors to kind of replenish this place, because it's, I mean, really it's just kind of a location for people to do mischievous things. Yeah, I mean, like, furniture was just left in there. People were leaving cars up here, and this RV looks like it's just kind of abandoned. Yeah, so crazy story. How about the Swannanoa Hotel? Hello. Alrighty, I made it home. 146.7 miles today, most of which are off-road. I'm tired. Wouldn't say that I'm like wore out or anything, just tired. I think 5 months of a newborn has weakened me. If I would have been able to keep going, like if this was like a big trip or something, 100% could have done 200 miles all off-road just with the charging network, which is what I would have liked to have done, but obviously I can't do that. But it's good to see what the bike is capable of doing. And you know, it was a great day of riding. I had an adventure. That's all I really wanted to do. And now we wait for surgery. That's what's coming up next. So this is my last outing for a little while, at least. Surgery's in 2 weeks. Lots of appointments between now and then. But until the next adventure, See you later.